Okay. Well, it only seems right and proper, doesn't it, that I make a video to mark the anniversary of having this on this machine. This is a year now into having Ubuntu 24.04 on my HP Pavilion with the Intel Pentium Gold chip and all that jazz. A year. It's been a year. You know what I mean, boys? It's been a year. And what have I got to say? Well, initial teething troubles out of the way within a matter of days. Learning to get rid of the Snap Firefox and using instead Waterfox and LibreWolf non-snaps has worked out really well. This has been on here for a year. It's not broken with updates. It's worked really well. Continues to work really well. And I can't see any reason to get rid of it, quite honestly. It's alright. It's alright. The things that I had issues with Ubuntu in the past seem, at least at the moment, to be things that I can get around or avoid in the main. And through tolerating only the snaps that I cannot actively avoid, it's worked fine. It's worked really fine, in fact. It's worked really well. It's GNOME, so because it's GNOME, it's not the best for battery usage. It was never going to be. I didn't expect it to be, and so I took that into account, and I continue to take it into account. This is going to be great. Fully charged, I'll get 2 or 3 hours on this, what was very new laptop, which is now about 3-4 years old. It's got a funky touch screen, which I never use. And it came with, I think it came with Windows 10, but was eminently upgradable to Windows 11 if I so chose, and I do not so choose. I think Windows 11's awful. I think Windows 10 was just about bearable. So as a laptop user, I would say Ubuntu 24.04 is pretty good. As long as you don't want amazing battery life, but the battery life is about comparable to what it would be on Windows 10 or 11. In fact, probably better than Windows 11. But if you've got it plugged into the mains, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Not a patch on the MacBook Airs that I've got. They've got much better battery life, but that's a case of software that's designed for the hardware working very well. This is always going to be software that's designed for working on hardware that is made by a million different people that might just about properly support Windows. So, you know, you're never going to get comparable battery life with anything non-Mac, quite honestly. If you get a PC and you run Windows on it, the battery life's going to be poor because it sucks the life out of it with all the daemons running in the background. Same goes for the Linux, because the Linux is trying to run on Windows hardware, and yeah, you're never going to get the battery life that you get on a Mac. Sorry, it's the truth. It's just the truth. But back to this install on this machine, after a year, I'm happy enough with it to keep it, and so I'm going to keep it. I started out back in 2008, my first forays into Linux with Puppy, with Linux Mint, the community builds of the Fluxbox version of Linux Mint back in them days. If only there was still a Fluxbox Linux Mint, I would love to see that, because that was my go-to on a netbook. Do you remember netbooks? It was one of those, a tiny little netbook with a tiny little screen with a tiny little hard drive spinning Rust, very little memory. But that was my go-to, and that was the best fit for the netbooks. But that was an Ubuntu base, but it was an Ubuntu base in the days before Systemd, and in the days before Snaps, and in the days before all the other nonsense that came in, the days before Unity. Ubuntu was still using GNOME 2.32 or something. Come back, GNOME 2.32. I don't know. What can I say? I'm happy with this on this machine. It's worked really well for a year now, a whole 365 days, day in, day out, in the flat, out the flat, down the pub. This has been all right. But if I'd wanted to take it on a, say, a weekend hike or something, probably wouldn't have been that great because the battery life. So, but the same would have been true, like I say, if it had still its native Windows on it. So, no, I'm very, very happy with this. I circumnavigated the snappishness as much as I possibly could, and yeah, it's all right. So, yeah, let's just to prove the age of the machine, let's get the file manager open, and I don't know, let's right-click on Documents, go to Properties, and see when it was made. Okay, so as you see, created 26th of April 2024. We're now on the 28th of April 2025. This has been on for a year, and yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I've really got no complaints, other than some of the choices that Canonical might want to make for Ubuntu. But they're a corporation and they look to their own interests, don't they? So, yeah, this is just me saying I'm happy with it. Okay, I'm happy with it. I hated it for a long time, for the snaps, for the Systemd, and all that malarkey. But you know what? On fairly recent machinery, and this is 4-5 years old, it's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly good, and at least as good as with Windows. So there you go. End of the video. Thanks for watching. I'm enjoying it and I'm keeping it. Alright, I'm keeping it. Sorry, I'm keeping it. Oh, and it works on Secure Boot as well, so that's always a good thing. You don't need to fanny about in the EFI. Alright, cheers. Thank you for watching. God, look at me. What am I like?